I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
What's happening, everybody? It is me, the resident season villain, Mr. Jay Washington. Season 2, episode 15 of the Mad Titan Podcast. I'm here, and that's BC. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you, BC?
I'm good. I'm here. I'm doing all right. I'm not yawning. I'm not tired. It's not early in the morning for me.
So you're going to continue to tell yourself that lie? Go ahead. Cool.
I will lie all damn day to myself.
I will let you keep living that lie to yourself. You know, however that shit works for you.
Dude, I'm really surprised. Like, this is throwing me off. Like, I'm like, okay, Hollywood's shutting down. Nothing else. Nope. There's a whole bunch to talk about. All right, let's do it.
There's a whole bunch of shit. Like, it got real interesting. You know, all of a sudden things started popping left and right, and I started getting DMs. Was like, hey, so I know you said it wasn't gonna be an extra episode for the year. But shit's happening. So you want to talk about it?
Yeah, might as well.
I was like, I guess so. And so you know, I was like, you know, fuck it, we'll just go ahead and talk about it. But I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, let me get my brain out the way. All right, this week has been crazy. It really has in the span of 7 days. I got in a car accident on Monday. Somebody hit me. I did everything I was supposed to do, but because of stupid California laws, they're trying to say I was at fault. I'm like, how am I at fault for a nigga speeding and coming out of nowhere? Please explain it to me. So
what happened? What happened?
So I was at the Oaks Tavern doing a show. And normally when the parking lot for the tavern is full, you park across the street at this veterinary lot. So I was getting ready to pull out the lot. Now I was getting ready to pull out the lot to turn left on Moore Park. And before I turned left, because the parking lot, let me say, by the way, isn't that far from the corner. But there were two cars blocking the view, so I couldn't see, right? There was one car in the front, and it was a white SUV. And its windows both in the front, from windshields in the front and the back were frosted, so you can't see through it.
Yeah.
The second car behind it was my homegirl Dana's. So of course, whenever in any situation, and everybody knows this, what do you have to do? You have to inch up slowly, right? So you can start making not even for yourself, but to just make other people aware you are coming out.
Yeah.
Right. So I inch up slowly to the point where I can finally start to see a little bit out. I can see out
past the cars.
Right. So I look to the left, there's nothing coming. Look to the right, there's nothing coming. I look to the left again and start to make the turn. This motherfucker comes flying out of nowhere.
Shit.
So people know I drive my neighbor's car, and so it ran through her car. And so I'm like, yo, this is fucked up. Now, she has insurance, do that insurance. And I'm like, yo, I didn't do shit wrong. And like my homegirl, Dana, whose car was behind me, she was like, I saw the whole thing. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I saw the whole thing. You really didn't do. He came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so that shit happened. Then Tuesday, for those who don't know, I got my heart broken for being a fucking moron. And I will continue to say this. I, like a stupid ass idiot, I put my heart on my sleeve to somebody. Now, granted, timing was terrible with everything that happened for putting my heart on my sleeve. And I say that because when I told the person how I felt, because I've known this person for like 6 years, when I told her how I felt, I realized it in the moment when I said it. You ever say something, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. You having an out-of-body experience watching yourself do it. What are you doing? What are you doing?
So I said it, but her reaction at the time when I said it wasn't a real, wasn't an off-putting reaction at all in any sense of the words.
Yeah.
So started hanging out more, et cetera, getting to know each other and things like that. And a lot of times we were hanging out, the majority of times we were hanging out is because of her. Yeah. She wanted to be around me, and I was always telling her, like, I don't want to crowd you, shit like that. I knew she was going through with her ex and everything like that. I've always been a friend. I've always been supportive regardless. So I was always going to continue to be that person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we were at a spot, and she brought a whole date, and that sent that on
To
top
meet
of
up
it.
with you?
So we were at the Improv's holiday party.
Yeah.
I wasn't really gonna go because I wasn't in the right headspace, you know what I'm saying, really, anyway, with the accident the night before,
Yeah.
just whatever I felt. But I was like, yo, I'm only going if you going. She's like, I'm going. So, like, I go. And we there, and then all of a sudden, she got a whole different date, and then she's sitting up with this nigga. And I was like, that was it for me. And I was just done. And between
that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That's messed up.
So yeah, so then when we had this conversation, she texted me the next day because like I wasn't finna hit up. No, I wasn't finna do that. I'm not. So she hit me up and said, to an extent, long and short said, like, I felt there was pressure to be in a relationship, and I went. I was like, yo, first of all, I was never trying to pressure you to be in a relationship. I even told you, I understand that you can't give me a relationship. I said, that's fine. I said I was gonna wait no matter what, but I was always still gonna be by your side. And again, every time we hang out and we're getting closer, this isn't just me. This is you.
Mm-hmm.
So it was points always. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like I couldn't, and it wasn't a bad thing. I was thinking. But then, like, when she would see her ex and shit like that, she would have like these anxiety attacks. And so, again, I take myself out the situation to calm her down because, again, I want her to be okay first and foremost. That was the most important thing. And so, like, then tells me, she tells me later, she was like, I tried to get that connection with you, but I just couldn't get there. And I'm like, I didn't say this, in the text message. I'm just saying this. I'm saying this now verbally. Like, if that was the case, if I knew you were trying to, I'd have told you no, don't. Because I'm watching you still have freakouts over your ex.
Yeah. You ain't ready for that.
Like if we growing and you trying to, if we growing one thing, fine. But if I'm letting you just like, I'm just trying to be supportive for you while you try to get through shit, I'm cool with that. Yeah. But don't tell me you trying to get close to me when you still freaking out about dude, because now I don't have a fair shot.
Exactly.
I never had a fair shot. It'd be the same thing if I was dealing with an ex I broke up with and I'm acting like I'm trying to move on to a new relationship. Not even just move on in general, just move on to a relationship.
To some kind of, like, you just trying to find a rebound.
Right. And you can't.
And you're not trying to rebound. You just say, no. You take your time. You deal with your stuff. You get your own headspace right. I'm here when you need somebody. And if we have a chance in the future, we got a chance. But
that's exactly how I felt. And I said, I even told that point. So I was like, yo, even if we never end up together, I said, I want you to be happy. That's all I want.
Yeah. And but then to know the situation, to know your feelings. And then for you to say, yo, I'm not going this thing unless you going. And then she won't show up without, oh, hey, by the way, not even a by the way, I'm bringing a date.
Here comes this, my friend is showing up, and that is never a good sign. So,
no.
And so, it is what it is. For the past week, like I said, I really just need a win for the end of this year. Between all the losses I've experienced with my granddad, who's like my dad, real close friends, all that shit, the financial headaches, the stress, the not being able to see my daughter for Christmas, which I know she really wanted because she was sad when I told her I couldn't. That, and then, the accident and the that, and I'm just, I'm doing this because it needs to be done. But it's just like I need a win so bad because I just feel like fuck, man. It's just a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a lot of stuff to happen in a small little time, man. You got to remember, when it rains, it pours. But think about this year, though, Jay.
Dog. I mean, and I try, and that's the thing
American Gigolo.
I think that's the thing. I try to realize this year.
You had a big year, my dude.
I've had a great year professionally and personally. I will admit that.
You got to add me to the Mad Titan podcast. Like, that's huge.
And that is the breaking point where I say, there it goes. That was the thing. I knew it was going to be one more thing going to send me over before the end of the year. And that was...
The Chicago Bulls murdered the Mavericks the other week.
What in the fuck does that have to do with me?
Chicago,
but no,
man.
It's but it all just in perspective, man. It's just like, it's been a lot. Yes, the good on paper outweigh the bad.
Mm-hmm. But it's that mentality of the bad still weighs heavier.
Absolutely. So I'm trying to, push through it. And like I said, I just would like a W for the end of the year. And I'm sorry to y'all listening and hearing me regurgitate my feelings and my emotions and shit like that. So
honestly, Jay, it's actually probably pretty good because like man, we all go through the same things and we all deal with it different ways. And so it really probably helps people out that may be struggling and don't know how to verbalize their struggles to hear, oh shit, Jay goes through this too. No, not the super villain, to find out we all human. We all have these issues. We all struggle. We all fight to keep going. And the thing is, we have all survived 100% of our worst days so far.
That's true, bro. I just was like, I've been on the mindset of fuck a heart. Look, the first time I put my heart on my sleeve when I did this was the first time I've done that in 7 years.
Yeah.
And in 7 years, I've been single as fuck, lonely as fuck, all that other good shit as fuck, right? And I know people are like, yo, ain't you hooked up or did this? I'm like, yeah, that's not being in a relationship.
Yeah, exactly. That's not having somebody.
It's not having somebody. I think people got to understand the differences between that. And so
let me ask you this. Do you have friends that are just like, oh man, that are in relationships and they're like, oh, it's not that great all the time. People in relationships have a hard time too.
Yeah.
Is that not, bro, if you don't shut your happy ass up?
I got the worst for you. And we're gonna move on and get the show started. I'm gonna get the worst has been, and look, let me give you a preface. Throughout my life, I have always had seemingly more female friends than male. All my life. I don't know. It's just been a thing. It's always helped me. It's helped to fashion who I am mentally to understand women more. And not to say that, oh, I know how bitches think. No. To understand women on the level that guys never will. Right? But the one thing a lot of my female friends have been doing, and I love them to death. And I even had said one of my homegirls, I was like, please don't do this because it doesn't help. It was the whole,
I know
you're an amazing, great guy. Somebody would deserve and love to have you, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, I'm getting tired of hearing that.
Yes.
Like, look, I know to all the ladies who listen to me and rock with your boy, y'all know how I am. Y'all know I keep it a buck straight all the way through. I understand that when you say this, it is with the best of intentions. I understand that completely. But I think people need to get that when your track record of trying to find somebody, putting yourself out there, all that, et cetera, doesn't lend itself to a positive return, those words don't help because it don't feel like that at all.
No, it is. I hate that with a passion. Man,
you're an amazing guy. You got all these great qualities, blah, blah, blah. Well, if that be the case, why not, like me being, there are times I have to catch serious me and comedic me from coming out at the same time. Because it's like, if that be the case, then why I ain't fucking with you? Why we not together?
Exactly. It's because so fresh. I'm like, just shut up.
I love you to death like a sister. You know that. I got your back no matter what. But if that be the case, like, because when you hear it so much, you're like, wait, is it just an easy thing to say? Or is it just the truth and just somebody? Because again, when you just keep hearing it, and like I said, it seems like it's hard to receive. There are certain things that are hard for people to receive, men or women.
Yeah.
And so that's just been a thing. So this whole
we'll move on after, but I do want to say, Jay, one thing. I know the whole situation sucks and it is painful. I know that you will get through this because you got me by your side, homie, but I will say you are stronger than I am because I can't even put my heart out there. Like, I can't even tell no girl that shit. I even think about it. I'm like, ooh, you know what? Nah, that's a bad idea. And I freak out, panic, and disappear. So at least you taking the steps to try to fix the situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. Because I don't know. I mean, and I say it with hesitation only because it seems like to me, I don't feel like,
Yeah.
I put this on Facebook. I said there's a difference between how your male friends and your female friends help you deal with a heartbreak. I said your female friends are like, it's okay. Take the time you need. You show the level of vulnerability many won't show. You're an amazing man, and the one is out there for you. Allow yourself to heal. Your male friends, hey fam, you got another 24 hours to be sad.
That's
That's it.
not how it goes.
That's it, bro. You got 24 hours. I don't give a fuck. Stop all this shit.
That's not how that goes, man. Sometimes you need some time. You know what I'm saying? I get that.
And also, again, like you did just say something that was actually kind of poignant and true. We all do go through shit, and a lot of us are going through it this holiday season. I am not the biggest fan of the holidays in general. I get through the holidays. I go through the holidays for my daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, my son's grown now technically, but my daughter, and so I go through it for her because she loves Christmas. She loves writing her list to Santa and all these different things, and to have this happen in the holidays when also I thought for the first time in almost 7 to 8 years I would have somebody to bring the new year in, even if it wasn't in a relationship.
Thought you was gonna have at least some kind of homie to be with on New Year's.
Thought I was gonna have somebody. And so you all are listening to the Sad Supervillain Show. I've been your depressed villain. I've been your broken supervillain.
It happens, man. We all go through it.
All right. For those who are new to the show, what I do is get you caught up on all the things happening in the Marvel and DC live action cinematic universe. This is Barbershop Talk for Nerds. As you can tell, a nigga can talk about his feelings, but if you about to be in your feelings with some of the shit I'm finna say, that's gonna be your fucking fault. Let me clear my goddamn throat.
That was good, bro.
Yep. Just want y'all to know how the fuck it's gonna go, okay? We gotta there's some stuff to talk about. Let's see, where do I want to start with this one. So remember how I was telling a lot of y'all consistently on previous episodes about the She-Hulk series, where if you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. Well, guess who told you the same thing? Daredevil. Yes. Charlie Cox said it. Now, remember, a lot of people tried to give him some backlash because he did the walk of shame because he was walking down the street in L.A. with his suit after She-Hulk and broke his ass off. And he said, this is what he said to it in an interview with Digital Spy. Quote, there's stuff like the walk of shame where you're like, I don't know, this could go two ways. This could be something the fans really enjoy. It could be something that feels like it goes against the nature of what they love about the character and the tone of the piece. He said, the good thing about doing something about like She-Hulk is it's not Daredevil's show. It was my job as the actor to come onto another person's show and embrace the tone while staying true to the characters I possibly could. He understood that the series tonally felt very different from everything he's done as that character, which is true. He also was excited to explore a new side of Daredevil. He goes on further to say, quote, there's a series of Daredevil comics where the tone is much lighter, and he is a much more kind of silly and goofy than perhaps we've done much of previously with this character. This was the best part. He said, as far as the backlash that he and the series received from the fans, including the stupid ass not my Daredevil hashtag, which you are a fucking moron if you've done that. Now, I'm talking about some other fucking morons in a minute. He said, quote, you can't please all the people all the time. If She-Hulk's not your thing, then don't watch it. Watch something else, end quote.
Love it so much.
People have been bitching and complaining about a show that they sat and watched every single episode for. And some are still bitching and complaining to this day and either have gone back to watch it to bitch and complain some more. And it's like, yo, if it's not for you, do not fucking watch it. Let me tell you something. I am not a major Star Wars fan. I'm not. So when people have asked me, have you watched Andor? No. Have I watched all of The Mandalorian? I haven't caught up on all of it. There are things I have not watched because it's not for me. And so I'm not going to watch. I haven't watched White Lotus no matter how much people are like, yo, you got to watch it. I never thought it was interesting to me. So I'm not going to force myself to watch something that's not for me. Or if I watched an episode of something and I didn't like it, I'm not going to keep fucking watching it.
Facts. It blows my mind how that concept is lost on people. I used to have a friend who hated Star Wars, but he would go see every single movie just so he could come to me and tell me what was wrong about it. I'm like, why are you spending the money to see this something that you don't like? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that mentality of, I never liked Harry Potter. All right, I saw the first two, and that's it, because I did not like those movies.
I do not. Let me tell you something. The only time I fucking tried to watch the Harry Potter series, the only time, was when I was doing the movie trivia showdown in the Inner Geekdom. And do you know how fucking difficult that was for me to sit through something I do not like?
Exactly. It makes no sense. Are you gonna go see the new Avatar? No, I don't care. What? But you gotta see it. Look how pretty it looks. I don't care that it looks pretty. I'm not spending $30 to go see a 3D movie that I don't want to see. If you don't like something, don't fucking watch it.
If all I need is to see the visuals, I will find a YouTube video that says visuals similar to Avatar 2 and let that shit play on my TV like a goddamn
For 3 hours.
Like a screensaver for 3 hours. That's what I will do. There is no reason that I need to go see these things. And so I just don't get it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It's not for you. That's it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
We know about the Wonder Man series coming to Disney Plus. And we know for a fact that they're going to run with this because it's Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, and he's one of the guys, okay? There's a new report coming out saying that it's going to have more episodes than both She-Hulk and WandaVision, and it's going to be 10 episodes. Now, WandaVision initially was supposed to be 10 episodes, right? So 6 episodes have become pretty much the normal. So basically assuming that every episode of Wonder Man is going to be short. So you might get 30 to 45 minutes each episode. So you're not getting 10 1-hour episodes. But listen, I'm fine with this right now. Let's say Marvel Studios is looking to cast a female to co-star in the Inter-Universe series. The character is set to receive a new origin story too. So I'm fine with that. They said Ben Kingsley as Trevor Slattery will be in there again, which means for sure Simon Williams is going to be an actor. And there's rumors that Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul is being considered for a special role, whereas Courtney Cox is also in talks to be in it. What? What?
I am a little confused of the headline of that article though, because it says the longest series to date, and
well look to date. WandaVision has been the longest with 9 episodes. Nine. She-Hulk and WandaVision have had 9 apiece.
Well, yeah, but this is not coming out before Daredevil, which is going to have 22, isn't it?
18.
Oh, 18. Either way. 10 is not 18. So I was like, well, that's weird that they were going to promote.
It's still going to matter. It doesn't matter. It just know when we come out. Look, we don't know if this has been started shooting already or whatnot. You don't know.
True.
You don't know.
But it is not. It says right there, Wonder Woman expected to premiere on Disney Plus in 2024.
When is Daredevil Born Again supposed to happen? Born Again ain't coming out the end of 2023. There's no way.
Yeah, I doubt that either. So I don't know when it is supposed to come out.
So shut your face. Oh no, I'm sorry. I had nothing. I just had nothing. Shut your face. Shut your hole. But yeah. What do you think about
it says Born Again will be 2024 as well.
Okay, so yeah, he may come out first.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's fine. It sounds like an awesome cast. Sounds fun. And again, that's all I really care about. Is it going to be a fun show? Where we're going to go with this? I think it's going to be very entertaining. I kind of expect this to be a lot like She-Hulk in tone.
I do too. That's the one thing. I think people got to accept the fact this is going to be a comedy.
I'm really interested in how the audience accepts it. Like, okay, so we're gonna. This is kind of gonna be a male version of She-Hulk. So, how is that toxic masculinity fanship going? Are they gonna be like, well, this one's different because it's written a little better? You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of interested.
I already know where it's gonna go. I can tell you out the gate where it's gonna go. You want to know what it is?
Let me hear it.
It's gonna be Marvel went woke, making Simon Williams black.
Oh yeah. If they go that way, I'm like, okay, so you're just finding another negative thing to harp on. I'm just because I expect it to almost be level with She-Hulk because I loved She-Hulk. I thought She-Hulk was great, and so I expect this to be kind of the same tone and feel. And I want to see the duality of how the audience reacts to a male version of the She-Hulk show.
No, I get you, but
I do. But then again, I do look at. I go, oh wait, we do have more shitty people that are not just going to look at it that it's a male version. It's a black male.
It's a black dude.
Bitch about that.
You already know them thumbnails that all look the same when it's somebody. Look at Marvel and Disney go woke. Shut your stupid ass up. You know what? Also, I feel like this. If you're a woman and you fuck them lame ass dudes, your vagina value is worth -6. Anyway, Captain America: New World Order and the Thunderbolts rumor story teases the big details of the Century. Now, we said the Century is supposed to be coming now. We already know that Falcon and Winter Soldier brings, you first get Valentina, which is played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus. That's when we get John Walker, the crazy ass U.S. agent. Then we go get Yelena Belova, Hawkeye, so we get her. So according to the rumor, doing the rounds on social media, because a lot of times, so this is what happens, first of all. There are people who work within Marvel. Now, to get into Marvel Studios, I told y'all this before, just to get in the office, on the floor, so many NDAs you sign, all this, and the third. There are people who work for the company who make dummy social media accounts all the time, who start leaking shit, and they leak it certain ways. And this way, people start figuring out shit. Now, all the time, are they real leaks? No. But a lot of times they're true. Just want to make sure I clear that up. Now, not all leaks are true, but some leaks are, when you hear them, you're like, ooh, this sounds pretty much on the money. So here's the rumors doing the rounds. The big bad is going to be created by Val, the Century. They're going to be, so supposedly he's going to be the ultimate super soldier, and something happening to make him one of the most powerful beings on Earth. And somehow better to take someone like the Century down as a whole team of Captain America-like heroes. So it seems that Captain America: New World Order will have more in common with the first thought, as we said, as Val will also appear in that story. But this is going to be weird then. So now supposedly, this is what I'm reading, and I want to make sure I'm reading it correctly. That's why I'm pausing, because I want to make sure I'm reading this right to see how this sounds. So according to what I'm seeing about Captain America: New World Order, Sam Wilson, the new Captain America, is supposedly looking to assemble a team of Avengers to take down President Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. So we have a what?
Does it say president?
Okay. All right. Okay. So they say the movies will be very connected. So here's my question. If Captain America: New World Order goes into the Thunderbolts, I'm fine with that. My biggest question is now, what role does the leader play in all this? Does Val have the leader working for her like Zola was working for S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Ooh, that's possible. Yeah. I didn't think about that, but that would be very, very, very possible.
Because Captain America: New World Order releases on May 3rd, 2024. Thunderbolts follows it July 26, 2024.
That would be really interesting to really see them play off of each other like that. Because we haven't seen two movies come out that quick that really continue the same story. You know what I'm saying?
Haven't
Like
done that in a long ass time.
Do what?
I said I don't think they've done that in a long ass time.
Yeah, because a lot of the movies when they come out, they don't play off of each other, but they have an overarching thing that kind of connects to the universe. But for them to come right back to back playing off each other like that, that is an interesting topic. And I think that could really be pretty cool to see. And a good turn for the MCU. I think the fans will really take to that a little better than they've taken to everything in Phase 4.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I will keep using this phrase. Phase 4 was Marvel being in their bag. Yo, we finna introduce y'all. We finna expand the world out. We finna show you all this different shit. We finna introduce you to so many characters. Do all these characters have an essential part to play in the bigger picture? No, because the world is expansive. In Marvel Comics, there are characters that never are involved in the bigger shits, right? If this is starting to build up, again, you make this an Avengers-like team to deal with the president. What? Which means this nigga's got to be Red Hulk eventually, which in terms would explain why the leader is there.
Yep.
You see how we put that together? You see how we put that together?
Yeah, because I didn't even think about it. So he's in New World Order.
Yes, the leader is.
No. Is General Ross?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Because I knew they casted him for Thunderbolts. I didn't know that he was cast to be in New World Order though until right now.
No. Wait, Ross was just announced Thunderbolts? I thought he was announced New World Order too.
You know what? I may have missed it. I didn't know. I only knew he was cast in Thunderbolts. I didn't know he was cast in New World Order.
Okay. But yeah, so that could be where this plays. So in New World Order, the leader makes Ross Red Hulk. Cap has to deal with that shit, right?
Yep.
But there's something else being made, and Cap needs another group to help deal with something even a bigger, badder threat coming along in the Century. Who does he go to? Valentina. Or Valentina comes to him and says, I got it. Valentina basically hits him with the ending scene we seen in Suicide Squad when Bruce and fucking Waller was sitting down. I got a team that'll handle this. And and again, you basically, if Sentry is this ultimate super soldier, right? Is being created. You have three super soldiers technically in Bucky, U.S. Agent, and Red Guardian. Because Bucky's not a super soldier directly, but he's somewhat like it because of his arm.
Yeah. Well, no, because he has the serum too, doesn't he?
I think he has a variation of it.
He has whatever they were given the Winter Soldier program, but I think it is a variation of the Captain America.
He has a version. Red Guardian has it. And we all know that John Walker, this motherfucker, took it and went crazy after I will always say, after Lamar went and saw the Crossroads. Like, you know, kick that nigga to a pillar, see you at the Crossroads. That nigga was, so you won't be lonely. I was like, okay, I'm going to miss everybody.
I'll tell you what, I was not prepared for that in that show. I just a couple weeks ago I rewatched Captain America and the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I again even watching the second I was like, oh yeah, I was not prepared for that.
Okay, so check this out. Let's move on to the next subject.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been confused about Deadpool 3 because Hugh Jackman's back, and they're like, yo, this nigga died in Logan. Well, a lot of people forgot about something in Deadpool 2, and Hugh Jackman brings it up in an interview with Radio Andy on Sirius. He says, Jackman explains that he was okay with returning to his most famous role because of a device that allows him to move around timelines. He said, I just put it aside, and I was like, no, I'm done. And then we made Logan, and I was super happy with it because of this device they can have in the Marvel world moving around timelines. Now we can go back because, you know, it's science. And I don't have to screw with the Logan timeline, which was important to me, and I think probably to the fans too. Remember, he took Cable's time traveling device. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever he's dealing with in his world, there's only one person he trusts, but Wolverine is dead. How is Wolverine dead? Okay, cool. Let me go back and get this motherfucker before he's dead out of time.
Yeah.
And again, Logan's not going to trip. He's been through time as his age already, number one. Number two, he's a mutant, so nothing should surprise you.
Yeah.
Once you're, I feel like humans...
He already been through Days of Future Past where he gets
consistently sucked through time. Yes.
Back through time. You know, yeah, this ain't nothing new to him.
Nothing. So that makes sense. Again,
Professor X done been killed and then all of a sudden just showed back up with no explanation.
This motherfucker's face got ripped in half by Wanda Maximoff. Like, you do realize that, right? She didn't break his neck.
She ripped his face in half.
You seen it, right? In slow motion?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want, for those who don't know, in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, when Wanda kills the Illuminati, spoiler alert, it looks like she breaks Xavier's neck. She does not. She rips this motherfucker's face in half. It is like somebody put it in slow motion, and I was like, Sam Raimi needs a hug. Because Jesus Christ. Deadpool 3 comes out September 2024. We've talked about what 2023 is going to be with movies. 2024, the next 2 years of movies, I keep saying I want to get rid of this AMC A-list, right? Because I don't know if I'm going to go to the movies that much. But then I started looking at all this shit, and I'm like, Whelp.
I'm the same way, dude.
Yes, we're going to stick around a little bit more for this.
I was like, you know what? This A-list isn't that bad. I might as well keep it. I should put it on pause until the Marvel movies start coming out, though.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's
now,
a smart idea.
This is some shit that everybody was like, what? Huh? So remember, we were introduced to Donald Glover in Spider-Man Homecoming, and we were like, oh my God, he says he has a nephew. We're like, oh my God, he gonna be the Prowler. This gonna be so dope. He was Aaron Davis. We was like, yo, this gonna be cool. He gonna get to be the Prowler eventually in a live action movie. We're gonna get live action Miles Morales. And it's like, okay. And then Sony announced that he's gonna be starring in a Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man S movie. And we was like, oh shit, it's happening. And then they was like, it's gonna be the Hypno-Hustler. And we was like, the who?
Who now?
The Hypno-Hustler. The Hypno-Hustler.
The Hypno-Hustler and the Mercy Killers. You got to have the Mercy Killers there.
Hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no.
I love that you played the entire thing. So many hails to the nah.
I was like, people were hitting me up when they were like the Hypno-Hustler, and I was like,
who are these niggas?
Because I didn't even know who the Hypno-Hustler was.
So apparently he has more issues than El Muerte,
which has one.
Hypno-Hustler.
And they making a whole movie of one.
Hypno has apparently showed up 14 times.
What type of jucking and jiving old smooth cat daddy ass nigga did they decide to make as a character that they were like, we gonna name a nigga the Hypno-Hustler? Do you understand how blaxploitation that sounds? Luke Cage already was that nigga, and now you got a Hypno-Hustler, and I'm supposed to watch this movie?
Do something else. Do something else. That's it. That's all we want.
That's it. The Hypno fucking up. So, listen to this, y'all. He was introduced in 1978 as the lead, like you said, the leader of the band called the Mercy Killers, who used hypnosis technology to relieve his audiences of their valuables. He was a product of the disco scene, which is a 70s setting. Now, apparently, Donald Glover, quote, spark to the musical aspect of the character and the fact that he has less Marvel canon baggage, freeing him to greater interpretations. The movie is being written by Eddie Murphy's son.
It just keeps getting better.
Who is said to have a unique take on the concept that it also piqued Glover's interest, though specific details are being kept under wraps. I'm telling you now, if this nigga is set in 2023, 24, 25, and wearing bell bottoms and a motherfucking windmill blade collar shirt.
That sounds awesome.
Stop it. Get some help.
Perfect timing.
There's no way you can tell me that this, just how the fuck.
Okay. All right. Look. Positivity. Okay.
What positivity?
If anyone could take this obscure character and make it freaking awesome, it's Donald Glover.
Please believe me. Please believe me.
Exactly. Believe me when I tell you Donald Glover can do it. The question comes, why do you want to do it? Why do you not just do the Prowler? Who doesn't have that much baggage anyway? It's not like the Prowler is some deep Lord character. He's not Green Goblin or, like you could just do the Prowler and make it Donald Glover. Like that would have been cool to see.
The only thing with this character and what he does, the only thing for me that lends itself to me saying, I could see this, is I replay the This Is America video in my head.
Yes.
Just being real.
I'm interested to see if they change up the character from to a hip hop character.
The nigga can't be called the Hypno. He got to be the Hypno-Hustler with the A at the end.
Or they just call him Double H, like he ain't Triple H.
Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks.
That was again, that was good. That was good timing.
Shut your stupid ass up. I'm on the side of I will wait and see. I will.
It's just funny watching the trajectory of Sony Spider-Verse. Venom, okay. Morbius, okay. Craven, all right. Madam Web, okay. What? Why?
El Muerte.
What? Hypno-Hustler. What? It's like, how more obscure can we get?
It is really, really, really like Spider-Man made us money so we can do all the characters that came from Spider-Man without Spider-Man, and people are gonna care. No one cared about Morbius. So what in the fuck makes you think?
Morbius got 2 releases, okay? All right, it got to come out to theaters twice.
Because
Batgirl doesn't get to come out at all, but Morbius gets to come out.
Because somebody sent these niggas off. A bunch of people made a bullshit Twitter and was like, yo, y'all should bring Morbius back in theaters. And Sony was like, they really want it. And 12 people went to see. Do you know after it was reported that 12 people went to go see Morbius when it came back in theaters? Whoever was responsible for greenlight the re-release had to go in Aubrey Arad's office, sit down, leave out that room, nervous as shit, like,
shit, that nigga had me scared, but I held my own. Fuck that.
because you knew you was finna get fucking fired. Like, when you re-put out Morbius after 12 for 12 people?
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
12 people saw Morbius. 12.
Oh shit.
So the Hypno-Hustler. Look,
Yeah, that's a thing.
I understand this whole thing too. There's this belief among studios, this ongoing belief that won't change for some reason, that the only way you can get people out now is with a major name at the helm of a franchise, a movie, or whatever.
With IP, yeah.
But if no one gives a fuck about the IP, then what are we doing?
Emotional, damn it.
That's what we doing to everybody. Okay? I just had to get that out of my system. I just wanted to play a bunch of clips because I want y'all to remember me for clips. All right?
I'm not mad at it. They all fit very well.
All right. Let's switch to DC news.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Let me find that. I don't know if I put the link to the damn thing I wanted. Okay, hold on. Ta-Nehisi Coates. What? Oh yeah, it's still in development. All right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do things at multiple time. So
no, I just see that James Gunn needs his Twitter taken away.
Listen, James Gunn. We've said this, okay, on the show. On Twitter, it is amazing that James Gunn will go back at people. He don't give a fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've all been fine with that. We've all been cool with that. We've seen what that does. We're good, right? The problem is you are now an executive, dog. You can't look. First of all, he's officially announced that Henry Cavill is out, and he's writing a new Superman story. Mm-hmm. That is not an origin story, he said, but it's a younger Superman. So basically told people, thank you for your time. God bless you. Good night. Okay. He knew he was going to piss off people.
Oh, yeah.
And then some people have been making the stupid ass rumors that said they were recasting everybody but the Suicide Squad. He was like, that's not true. He said, one of the things Peter and I were aware of when we took the job as the head of DC Studios was a certain minority of people online could be, well, uproarious and unkind to say the least. We know exactly who he's talking about.
Yep.
He's talking about the Snyder fans because they're the worst. These stupid motherfuckers started hashtagging fire James Gunn and boycott WB. I don't know what you whiny bitches thought. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to make people mad, and I don't really give a fuck. All right, here we go.
It's over.
It's over. It's done. I don't know, just because you thought that because Dwayne Johnson brought a 5-second cameo in a movie that made zero fucking sense. That cameo in Black Adam makes no sense. You thought he was back as Superman. Henry Cavill was like, hey, I'll probably get another shot, right? But this is because everybody thought Dwayne Johnson was really having clout like that. He doesn't. Yes, he got him in the movie. Yeah. But again, he got him in a movie to make no sense. Why do I keep saying it made no sense? If Amanda Waller the entire time could call Superman to deal with this nigga, why in the fuck does she call the Justice Society of America? The Justice Society? And you can call Superman? No.
Yeah.
Also, James Gunn him and Peter Safran are allowed to do the universe they want. Mm-hmm. I am tired of seeing people go, you got to listen to the fans. No, you don't. You don't.
The fans aren't paid to make this world.
You're not paid to make this world. Well, the fans paid to go see it. This is true. But guess what? It's not made off of what you fucking want. Stop that entitlement shit. You all don't run shit, especially you Snyder fuckers. Y'all don't run shit. Well, we got the Snyder Cut release. Yeah, because you made Warner Brothers think y'all was going to make them money, and it didn't. You made HBO think it was going to make the money on subscribers, and it didn't. That's why they scrapped everything.
Yeah.
That's why New Gods never even got read. The script was done. But because y'all didn't do nothing, all y'all did was bitch and whine on Twitter and got a hashtag to get HBO Max to give Zack Snyder $75 million to finish some shit just so you can say, oh, we streamed it a lot. That don't mean shit in business. You don't have to service fucking fans. You can cry and whine all you fucking want. It's ridiculous.
Fans are here to receive the stories, all right? James Gunn is the storyteller now, all right? It's not Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is no longer the storyteller. Regardless of what you want from him,
Zack Snyder was fired. It wasn't because his daughter died, unfortunately. I'm going to tell you the truth. You're tired of, I'm tired of y'all sitting going, well, he only left because his daughter passed, unfortunately. No, Snyder was fired. And this is from somebody who knows Snyder was fired. It hurts to hear that for y'all, I know, but Zack Snyder was fired. Anyway, James Gunn, however, again, like to address shit and clear shit up and clear rumors up, whatever the case may be, and that's fine. But
I love it. I love that he's like, hey, I don't know where you're getting your information, but that's fucking wrong. It's got me cracking. When he responds to journalists, he's like, whoever your insider is definitely lied to you.
Here's the problem, though. Now, he replied to something. So I said he's back in our run sheet. Ray Fisher. Look. So Ray Fisher clearly ain't received an apology from Walter Hamada, which I think he's still waiting on. Guess he is, okay. So Ray Fisher brought back an exchange that he had with James Gunn in January of last year. He asked Gunn to offer an explanation for a tweet from Alan Tudyk, who worked with Whedon on Firefly and Serenity, in which the Suicide Squad director liked. He liked it. Then Gunn apologized for a situation he knew nothing about because he just waited. He liked it. Then Fisher called it. Ray Fisher was like, he calls him out for deleting the tweet. This is what Ray Fisher wrote. The way James Gunn uses fake grace on Twitter is funny. Him going to bat for Joss Whedon, pseudo apologizing for him, and then immediately deleting it immediately before taking his new DC job is not. Refusing to apologize for toxic behavior seems to be a job requirement for WBDC. So, if you don't know the story, Fisher accused Whedon, Jeff Johns, and others of unprofessional and abusive behavior on the set of Justice League, and Walter Hamada for covering up and enabling them. The investigation was conducted and came to nothing. Okay? So we know the investigation was done and came to nothing. But we also know that Joss Whedon has caught a whole lot of hell, and he ain't been, the Buffy cast was like, hey, this thing, it was reckless. So then when Ray Fisher put that up with James Gunn's tweets, James Gunn responded and said, all my tweets automatically delete every few months, Ray. It has nothing to do with my tweets to you. The fuck? He can guess there are people who get services to delete their tweets to, because
everything be coming up. Everyone want to come back and be like, oh, well, you tweeted this so long ago.
Bro, at some point, I'm going to need Ray Fisher to let this go.
I don't know if he ever will.
He won't, but I'm going to need you to let it. Here's why I'm going to need him to let it go. Everybody cannot be held accountable for somebody you don't like. And everybody, I hate to say this, and a lot of people are going to hate to hear this. This is just a true statement. And a lot of people, when I say it, you're going to have to think about it and just really, really be honest with yourself. Just because you don't like somebody does not mean that everybody else has to dislike them as well.
Facts.
It's an unfortunate thing. I know people who have exes who, because it's their ex, they don't want anybody associating with them. And then they'll use the line of, well, you must not care about me if you're associating with them. Your relationship with that person went sour. Mine didn't. Now, if multiple people have that experience with the person, then yes, that's very telling. If I break up with somebody and I'm still friends with her and she's still friends, my ex is still friends with my friends, I ain't finna just straight up telling them, y'all gotta stop talking to her. Like, because it would seem crazy. Like, no, you're grown. You make the decision you feel was best for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to verbalize this the best way I possibly can because I don't want this to be misconstrued in any way. What Ray Fisher said, all his, things and whatnot, and then how Gal Gadot and all them kept saying what Whedon did. Again, this takes nothing away from Joss Whedon. We know Joss Whedon's an asshole.
Yeah.
We get it. From everything we've heard from, like I said, the Justice League set and from members of the cast of Buffy. Right? Because it was a Charisma Carpenter. When we heard what she said, all that shit was fucked up. So it doesn't take away from that. But now, James Gunn and Alan Tudyk are friends. So if his buddy says something, yeah, he may fuck around and like it.
Yeah. And I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes there's a lot of tweets that I like that I don't even read. I just see that my friend tweeted. I was like.
I don't even know but the thing too is also, if my friends are tweeting something, I'm like, yo, that's some dope shit you're saying, or I rock with what you're saying. I might not know the full context of it. And it doesn't mean I have to sit there and go, I got to go down a Twitter rabbit hole to get the whole full fucking context.
Fucking facts. Maybe you're just like, hey, I'm trying to support my friend. I don't know what's going on, but hey, I'm here for you, buddy.
Yes.
You know?
This thing of Ray Fisher acting like he just because even if Ray Fisher got this apology, quote unquote, from Walter Hamada, which it's dead and it's null and void because Hamada doesn't work for the company.
Yeah. And also I don't want to say, put this on just Ray Fisher. Like a lot of people do this. Like it's not just Ray Fisher out there talking about, well, you liked this person's tweet, but just because you like someone's tweet doesn't mean you're endorsing them. All right. Maybe the tweet was just funny, that has nothing to do. People need to stop looking at liking tweets as like an endorsement of belief.
Which is why people got to put that shit now in their fucking bios. Likes and retweets don't equal endorsements, which is fucked up that I got to make that statement in advance.
Yes.
It's frustrating. It's very frustrating because I have to validate how you feel, and I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that, that allows people to carte blanche to be assholes or whatever the case may be, but because you feel away. Now I got to sit there and make sure your feelings are coddled, and I never even heard of you. You're not even close to the situation. And again, even if you are close to the situation, if I don't know the full backstory of this, that, and the third, and yes, you can say, well, Jay, James Gunn is in the industry with Ray Fisher's in the industry, and we all knew of the whole story that played out with all these different things, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, yes, we absolutely fucking do. We all know how this shit played out. But again, I'm gonna support my friend before I support a random person who I'm familiar with.
Yep.
If that makes sense. I'm familiar with this person. I don't know this person like that guaranteed. So it's very weird to me. It's very, very weird to me with that. Again, I do go back to my initial point in the beginning of all of this. James Gunn got to chill on tweeting. Like,
but after all this, I take it the opposite way. I say James Gunn is doing just fine. I think everyone else needs to chill a little bit.
Okay, okay, I'll give you that because I have said this on the show and I've said this on Twitter as well. It does not matter, and I said it on New Rockstars, everything. When James Gunn posts a picture, that man can say something so innocuous that all of a sudden everybody making a whole fucking think piece about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yo, I get y'all want clickbait content, but this shit is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
That man post a picture. You're like, oh my God, he finna make Mr. Terrific with the movie starring Terry Crews. Stop. Stop.
Sometimes things are just, hey, this is funny. Look at this. You know? Shit. Oh man. This social media world, man.
Again, by Valentine's Day, I feel like by Valentine's Day, Twitter won't be a thing. I believe that in my heart.
Did you see Elon Musk's poll?
Yeah. Yeah.
I will abide by the rules of this poll. And it wasn't he should step down. So I wonder what's going to happen.
Because he did the same shit. He's not going to do. Let me tell you something. Elon Musk is a petulant ass child. Elon Musk bought the platform that makes fun of him. He's one of those people that's like, I'm going to take your toy. You make fun of me on this thing, I'm going to make it where you can't make fun of me. He got booed in San Francisco. He was suspending accounts that posted the video of him getting booed. This motherfucker's a petulant child.
Yeah.
So
to come out of this, we will announce that the Hive app is up and running again. I now have 6 followers, so I'm getting there, baby. I'm getting there.
I'm finna go back on Hive and I'm finna start showing shoulder shots and nipple shots. So, ladies, get ready. You getting all this man titty.
All the man titty.
All man titty. All right, let's move on. So, Henry Cavill is out, right? We know that officially. We know that Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is not happening. We know that officially. Gal Gadot is reportedly out as well. So, this is what happened. They said she was rumored to have been cut from The Flash and said it was only one of her scenes anyway. She was in The Flash, but it was only one of her scenes. So if that be it, it's done. Supposedly, Zachary Levi and Dwayne Johnson are gone as well. Look, let me tell you something.
It makes sense.
I don't know why. All right, how do I want to say this without being repetitive? Without being it's not possible.
Yeah, we have harped on it enough. I don't think there's a way to not be repetitive anymore.
What the fuck y'all thought was gonna happen with Black Adam? He don't want to be in Shazam 2. He don't want to be in Shazam. He don't want to be in none of the Shazam movies. Okay? Who the fuck cares about Black Adam? Ain't even Shazam's main villain, like his biggest villain. His biggest villain is more so Dr. Sivana. But they already, the only difference is fucking Shazam is the same thing. I mean, Black Adam and Shazam are the same person. That's it. There's always,
that's why I always thought they were the arch rivals, because everyone has to fight the same person.
Bruh, you got Ironmonger for Iron Man, Reverse Flash of the Flash, Yellow Jacket for Ant-Man,
Venom and Spider-Man.
Yes, but Venom is a whole different ball game. Like Venom is a monster.
But now when Venom was first created, he was kind of a Spider-Man adjacent almost.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like Joker is the opposite of Batman.
Except Joker Joker just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like he just murders niggas. But if everybody's gone, everybody's like, but the Suicide Squad. Peacemaker is staying around. Yes. He took a character.
Do you think we'll get more? I'm on the camp. I'm thinking we're gonna get season 2 of Peacemaker here in 2023, and that's gonna end it.
I think that might be the case. I agree. I think we only get 2 seasons of Peacemaker. I don't think Peacemaker makes this long-standing run because look, there's how much of a fucking Peacemaker story can you really tell?
True, exactly.
What's Christopher Smith's real ability? He's great with weapons. He can fight.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's it. Like, let this man do. Look, Wonder Woman, what more do you want out of her? And I say that as first movie, we saw 84. We saw Wonder Woman 84. She was great in BVS. We got her in Justice League. What more do you want?
Facts.
This universe has been convoluted, to say the least. It is now getting a chance. It is finally, here's the biggest thing. It is finally getting a chance to do what a lot of these motherfuckers said they wanted it to do. And now you're complaining.
Because you're getting what you want, so you're complaining.
You getting what you wanted.
People keep coming up to me, oh, it doesn't sound good. I'm like, what doesn't? Nothing has happened yet. You haven't seen anything. You haven't seen a plan. All they're telling you is they're starting over. That's what they are slowly beginning to tell you. They're going to give us a cohesive story that works well together, rather than you go do what you want, you go do what you want, and then we'll just pretend they played well.
That's it. Motherfuckers have been crying and complaining that they wanted a solid universe to start over. How many times was the DCEU should just reboot from the beginning and start over? Okay.
Now you're getting that.
You're getting it. You're mad because you went. You ever seen that movie Wishmaster?
Yeah.
You ever seen any movie that involves a genie? What they say with the gens? When you
Careful
wish
what
or something,
wish for.
because when you wish, if you are not specific, you get what you get. Yeah. No one said the DCEU should start over and continue to do new stories with Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, and Ray Fish. No one said that.
Also, that's not how reboots work. Sorry,
but I'm just that's they don't. That's not how they work. But that's how these people are acting, as if it should work. So nobody ever said this is how it should go, right? So you get everybody sitting and saying it needs to reboot. It needs to reboot. James Gunn literally has hit Control Alt Delete on this universe, and y'all mad. You're mad. I didn't get a Man of Steel 2. So you were never promised a Man of Steel 2.
Facts.
You were never promised a Man of Steel 2. You thought you were getting a Man. There's a difference between what y'all thought and what you were getting.
All these people want to go out there and talk about how they want all these people. Well, where were you when these movies were in theaters? Why weren't you out there supporting them then? You know what I'm saying?
Because if you were, we wouldn't be having these issues. Like I said, Henry Cavill says he's gone. He's been told Henry Cavill, and let me tell you something. Henry Cavill is good. This is another thing I need when I talk about stupid ass hashtags.
Yo, I'm happy for that Warhammer shit for him.
It's the shit that he wanted.
He looks so fucking happy. We're talking about it already.
It's one of the things he's been a lifelong fan.
Motherfuckers be talking about how he left Witcher for Superman. Nah, he obviously left Witcher for this.
He left Witcher for this. You really think he left Witcher for? Nah, there's no way he could announce this quick.
Exactly.
Y'all, again, people want to assume shit. You want to assume shit. The man knew exactly what the fuck he was doing.
Facts.
But now here's a story. It's my last DC story that I'm gonna tell you something. I would completely be open to this.
I'm here for it.
Stephen Amell says he would return as the Green Arrow and Oliver Queen if he was offered a chance to join the DCU. Let me tell you something. I would fucking love it. This is what he said, quote, if I'm going to be part of the DC universe, I probably just want to play the Green Arrow in there. If I had to pick one, I'd pick my own movie, only because there's so many things that selfishly I would like to do with Arrow that we couldn't necessarily do on TV. I mean, are they still separate? Didn't we have 2 Flashes in the Arrowverse at one point? So I don't know. We'll see. Whatever they want.
I would love to see this, man.
The first 2-3 seasons of Arrow, first 2 seasons. The third one is kind of tough.
Which one was 3?
With the Ra's al Ghul murdering him because they figured out that,
I was like, oh, ballsy. I can't believe they killed him on that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like, we knew he was coming back, but I was like, that's ballsy to leave the Christmas break cliffhanger. You killed him. I wish they wouldn't have had him in the next couple episodes. I wish he would have stayed dead for like 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, I didn't want to
they
have to see him I didn't want to see him healing and convalescing, none of that shit.
I mean, I understand why the very first episode back, they bring him back to life. I'm like, I get that, because the show was called Arrow. And he was obviously always going to come back. But man, how cool would it have been if they were ballsy enough to be like, nope, 3-4 episodes, he's just dead.
Look, let Roy Harper out here run the streets. Put Diggle thick ass back in the suit again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That one wasn't when it was when all the magic started showing up. I think it was season 4.
That was season 4.
That's when I started going, okay, we're getting a little far. But yeah, 1, 2, and 3 were epic. And you give him a movie where they can push the limits a little bit more and do a little more darker Green Arrow even more.
Because he was already dark.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Cinematically and the way the tone was, tonally, he was dark already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, as much as I would love to see Stephen Amell as the Green Arrow in the DCU, I will take Grant Gustin as the Flash in the DCU. Because why? Grant would actually be happier. His workload is lighter.
Oh, yeah.
Grant would be happier. But again, will James Gunn do it? Look, I have no problem with it, but also, like I've been saying, it's James Gunn and Peter Safran's plan. Yeah. What they want to do is what they gonna do.
And I'm not gonna lie, they are not going to take someone and let them play the same character again. All right, this is going to be a completely brand new look at everything. All right,
if we do get another Green Arrow,
it won't. It won't. There's no. I would 99.9% sure this never happens. Now, you never say never because there's always possibility. But I would never put any amount of money on this.
Yeah. Well, we will see.
It would be cool. I'd love it, but I doubt it.
We will definitely see, man. Well, that's about all I've got for the news on this week. Listen, I don't have any emails at the Mad Titan email, madtitanpodcast@gmail.com, madtitanpodcast@gmail.com, but I do have a voicemail from the hotline, 818-276-6947, 818-276-6947. You can check that out. So I do have this one call I am going to play right now.
Hey, Mr. JMBC, this is Fred Castillo. Calling with a question about the future of Dwayne Johnson in DC, and should Marvel extend a lifeline out to him? Since Henry Cavill is out as Superman, it looks to me like Black Adam's not that far behind. So I was just wondering what you guys think, where he might fit. Maybe Night Thrasher or Lucas Bishop. I was just thinking maybe he could play one of those characters. I'd like to hear what you got to say, and thanks for taking my call. And for BC, go Cowboys!
Yeah.
I mean, they're going home. They're going home because they're not going to the playoffs for sure.
Why are you hating? Why are you hating? Like, come
on.
I'm
not hating. I'm just.
We still have a possibility.
Oh, y'all do?
Yeah. Very, very slight and slim, but.
Mm-hmm. So we kind of just addressed that with Black Adam. Yeah, they're done.
Yeah. And I've been saying like I would love to see both of them jump ship and go to Marvel. I would love to see Henry Cavill, like I said, as Cyclops. The Rock, on the other hand, if The Rock were to go to Marvel, I think it's a one-off. It is not a reoccurring character. It's a one-off.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I think if he goes to Marvel, he gets this rude awakening. It's not about you, bro.
Yes. And that's the thing is Marvel is very much following. No. We are taking our story and we are adding you to service our story.
Mm-hmm.
Which everyone say, well, The Rock wouldn't. I was like, no, The Rock would go in there and do that. And it would work, but it's not something that The Rock's going to go in there and take over. He will go and be a part of it, but it's definitely never going to be something The Rock takes over. And I think he can only come in as a one-off. I would love to see him as some kind of one-off villain somewhere. That would be cool to see. But I don't think The Rock shows up. I'm gonna be pulling for until they announce the cast of X-Men. I'm gonna be pulling for Henry Cavill as Cyclops.
I rather somebody did a mock-up I saw on Instagram of him as Captain Britain, and if he was Brian Braddock, if he's Brian Braddock, I would be totally fine with that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the Captain Britain, so I don't really care much for Captain Britain. And if we're gonna do Captain Britain, why don't we just focus on Captain Carter? Like, I would love to see more of Peggy Carter.
but the Peggy we saw was from a different timeline. It was just to give it to yes, it was dope seeing Haley Atwell in the suit. It's hella dope seeing that, right? Yeah. But it was Captain Carter from a different universe.
Yes.
Who is hella dead now.
True.
And the Peggy Carter in our world is gone.
Yeah. But that's not to say we can't go find another another universe's Captain Carter and pull them somewhere.
Secret Wars. Look at you.
See, I'm learning being on the show with you, Jay.
Yeah. So it's a possibility.
I do think The Rock's going to stick to the Rock movies, though.
I think
movies that he can
control.
Yeah.
I think he's going to stick to movies. It's yes. Is he a box office generator? He absolutely is. Is he a Marvel machine? No, he is not.
He is not a cog in the wheel.
Also, I've said this to people, and some people hate when I say it because they know it's true. If you've seen one Dwayne Johnson movie, you have pretty much seen them all.
Yes.
That is not going to be the case with him in the MCU.
And that's not a bad thing. That's not horrible.
No,
you know? That's where his money is. That's where he's going to stay. That is a smart decision. And branch out here and there. Do your thing, Rock. I have no problem with that. And it's just, before I see Rock joining Marvel, I see him buying some kind of small comic company or some kind of superhero or building his own superhero brand that he can mold around himself.
Would you ever see him joining something like The Boys?
Yes, I have said I've wanted him in The Boys since season 1. I was like, could you imagine a full of himself people's champ, The Rock?
I need to read more of The Boys to know who he would fit in if he was that person, because I am unfamiliar with I'll be honest, I was not familiar with the Boys when it first dropped. So I've been learning. Yeah, I've been reading up and catching up as we go along and playing that game. So that's how I've been figuring it out.
I don't know anything about the comics of The Boys, so that I'm really, just enjoying the story that they're telling me. Because a Black Noir story was apparently completely different in the comics.
Yeah, because in the comics, Black Noir is a clone of Homelander.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, they made Black Noir. Oh, they went racist. They was like, oh, you a nigga named Irvin. Oh, you a nigga named Irvin that was supposed to get a movie role. And Homelander shitted on you. Oh, and you the peanuts. Oh. Hey, man, listen. All right, that's about all we got for this week, man. Listen, Merry Christmas. I know y'all getting this later in Tuesday as we're recording this, seeing this out, because again, we weren't gonna send an episode, but a lot of shit happened. This is the last of the year. This is it.
We're gonna post this and some major story's gonna break.
What, y'all? Here's a 15-minute episode because shit. I swear, if I could, I'll be honest, if I could and I had the time and the freedom to do so, I would do, I see how a lot of people, now I understand how a lot of people get to 600-700 episodes so quickly, because they just yo, let's just record this. Let's just talk about it now. And it's like, if I did that, I don't know if there'd be a big enough episode because I talk about everything as it happens and wouldn't build shit up. So, but this is it for the year, man. Happy holidays to those that are celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, to those who are by themselves, this is my sincere plea to those who are down. And this is also a very big time of year for people, unfortunately, taking themselves out. If you are feeling you are lost, if you're feeling there is no more light at the end of the tunnel, please call 988. I feel like a lot of people need to be told this. If you're in the United States, by the way.
Yes.
This has been a rough year for a lot of people. For some reason, this year has been rougher than the past 3 years in which we've dealt with this pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So please find some solace and peace, and not that way. I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to myself, just so you know. It's very hard for a lot of us, but you're needed here. You're wanted here. So please know, from a supervillain to you, my DMs are open. Unless you really are annoying, then my DMs are closed. And that's so fucked up. Because, like, what if somebody come to me sincere and I'm like, yo,
you're annoying. Goodbye.
Fuck him. Goodbye. Like, you know how people have always said this joke, like, just die already. Like, you don't want to tell that to somebody that you like.
Yeah, and Jay, just to add on there, man, I hope I know when you saying that, you better been looking at this screen, looking right at yourself, because we need you, we need me, we need everybody, whoever's out there. You needed, you are loved. I love you. I am thankful for every single one of you, especially you, Jay, because I would not be here. One, I wouldn't be here on this planet if it wasn't for you. And two, I wouldn't be able to have the one thing in my life that I really enjoy, which is sitting here bullshitting and talking with you, bruh. Like, that's what I love the most, is having our time to be able to do this. So,
hey man, don't do this. Don't do this.
Don't get all emotional.
Shit, look, if you want to send me some happy holiday cheer, cash out me some money, nigga. That's how you tell me how much you appreciate it. Hey man, thank you for all the things you've done. Here go $2 in the cash app, but I'll be like, oh my God, I can pay a bill. Anyway, thank you to everybody, sincerely. All the calls, the emails, everything. Thank you for allowing me to come back this year. Be back and, everything with the swing, with everything. I appreciate y'all. Tell the people how they can find you.
Find me on all the social medias, including the Hive, at TheGrindCalls.
Okay, that's easy to do. Yeah, I think the same thing. I'm going to say it. All the social medias, including the Hive, at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. After breaking out my funk, I'm finna start reposting on social media, dude. I went dark. People like, yo, you good? You ain't posting shit? You just posting sad shit? God, get me through this? Like, I'll be okay. I'm about to start reposting a lot of stuff, things like that. But again, if you want to join the Supervillain Squad and support, thank you to everyone who does. The patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. I got a new subscriber this morning, and I was so happy when I saw her name, because she's from the crib. And I remember when I did a show, look, to Carla Vasquez, I appreciate you so much. Here's why. Years ago, I popped up home and I did a show at the spot on a Thursday night, right? And I popped in to do the show. And when I did the show, there was this one girl looking at me. She was just stuck. She was like, oh my God. And I just, I kept doing this. I kept performing, doing what I had to do. Come to find out, she's been a fan of the podcast. And so when she heard my name announced, she was like, that can't be him. And then I started talking. It was like, that's him. And so when I saw she joined the squad today, I'm so happy. I appreciate
that is
it.
Awesome.
So cute. She's amazing. Shouts out to Carl Vasquez. Shouts out to all the other members of the squad too. Alberto Rios, thank you for being at the 101 level, man, brother. I appreciate that so much. Sorry about McMillan. We got to get you back, bro. I know you've been busy with the family. Brock Severson, Chauncey Woodson, that's another member of the 101 squad. Who's the homie? Cheryl Corman, love you to death. Chris Lee, thank you for being a 101 member. We talk so much. Dan Bibke, David Adams, Fanboy Cantina, Fillmore Pockets, Fred Castillo. Thank you for starting to call in more and giving us more messages. It's such appreciated. Greg Morrissey, Jim Payne, I miss you, bro. I know you've been working like crazy. Let's get yours set back up. Jolene, thank you, sweetie. I always love talking to you. Justin Square, Kevin Williams, Kevin from Louisiana. We got to get you set up again when the chance come around. Kirsty Oliveria, Kirsty, I love you so much. Luke Shergers, we got to get yours set up. Marcus Burton and Patrick Harden. Thank y'all all for being members of the squad. Again, if you're a member of the Patreon squad, of course, the Discord is open to you as well. We're going to do more things in the Discord. BC has been posting in the Discord. I just realized yesterday I didn't have Discord open on my phone. The app was there, but it wasn't open. So I wasn't getting any notifications, wasn't shit shaking. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, that would explain a lot. So, yeah. Also, remember, if you are in San Diego, January 11th, one night only. I'm at the Mic Drop Comedy Club in San Diego, man. 8 p.m. show. Come on out for that, bro. It's going to be a fucking great time. I promise y'all. It's January 11th. Get your tickets for that. And I got a bunch of other stuff that coming for 2023. So I want y'all to be a part of all of that. Make sure you check out the Black Boy Content Club podcast, the BBC Club podcast. You heard what the fuck I said. It's me, the homie Chris Burns, and Moses Prim from Prim to the Cinema. We are up over on, you can get us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, other than that, and you can check us out you check out the video version on Prim's YouTube channel. So we're over there on Prim to the Cinema's YouTube channel. So check that out, man. We appreciate all y'all. We got love for y'all, man. What you got to say? Oh, you just opened your mouth wide. I was like, what do you got to say? Holla at y'all in 2023. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. We out. Bye.